Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can save the world.
Hi, my name is JD Leadham. I'm a business entrepreneurship major at San Jose State University, and I'm trying to get rid of these. Did you know that these plastic bottles are made up of non-renewable oil and reinforced with tiny glass fibers? Not to mention, the PET that makes up this water bottle leaches a toxin called DEHA into the bottle's contents. DEHA has been shown to cause liver and reproductive problems, asthma in children, and even cancer. Health risks aside, these plastic bottles never biodegrade in our landfills. In fact, this year alone, over 25 billion single-use plastic water bottles will be sold in the US, and more than 80% of those will end up being disposed of incorrectly rather than being recycled. Now, when I learned all these horrible truths about plastics, I wanted to produce a product that could break our dependence on this deadly material. So I came up with the Hemp bottle. A reusable water bottle that is more durable, has a higher heat tolerance, is 100% safe, and completely biodegradable. Very few people know that hemp can be made into a plastic that rivals and sometimes exceeds the positive characteristics of conventional plastics. Industrial hemp grows in abundance in many parts of the world and produces the strongest natural fiber known to man. In addition, hemp raw material can be utilized in standard injection molding machines with no modifications necessary. Yes, it is legal, and no, it doesn't get you high. This idea won 3 first-place prizes in the 2011 Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge, a first in the challenge's history.
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution.
Starting up this business in Canada has been very beneficial for us. Obviously, number one, Canada had the foresight, and I give them a lot of kudos for recognizing the difference between industrial hemp and marijuana. In many countries in the world, the two are still lumped together, and obviously that creates all kinds of problems with controlled substances legislation. So in Canada, Health Canada recognized the difference between hemp and marijuana. They re-legalized the cultivation of industrial hemp in March of 1998, and since then we've been able to freely grow under a license in Canada, with Health Canada of course, under license to produce these products and then process them into a wide variety of both hemp food, body care products, as well as industrial type products. The industrial hemp program is all handled by Health Canada, which would be equivalent to the FDA/DEA in the US. Under the industrial hemp regulations in Canada, we are required to test all of our crops as they're during the growing season. It requires a certified inspector to go out and sample the leaf and chaff matter from the crop.
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world.
Amongst the thousands of products made from hemp, one of the most extraordinary is Henry Ford's plastic car. Built in 1941, it contained cellulose fibers derived from hemp, sisal, and wheat straw. The plastic was lighter than steel, yet could withstand 10 times the impact without denting.
In 1941, Henry Ford even built a car made almost entirely from hemp. The frame of the car was 12 times lighter than steel and 10 times stronger. Not only that, but the car was powered by hemp seed oil. Do I even have to explain the threat that this technology would pose to giant oil companies?
This is a Lotus Eco Elise. It's a high-performance sports car, and not the sort of thing you automatically associate with life in the countryside, but that's exactly where some of the raw materials used to build it have been grown. The magic ingredient is hemp. It's in the body panels, it's in the rear spoiler, and it's also been used in the manufacture of the seats. But hemp is from the same plant family as cannabis. Because of its association with the drug, it was banned in England until 1993. But you can't get drugs from hemp, and so now it's back in our fields and being grown as a crop. Lee, using hemp matting in the panelling of cars seems a pretty unusual thing to do. Where did that idea come from?
Well, basically what we wanted to do here is actually reduce the carbon footprint of the car. We used hemp instead of fiberglass because basically it's grown locally to us, and it's a strong material. And as you can see, the effect that it's had on the panels, it's a beautiful material to look at. But what we've done with the Eco Elise is to actually look at the production stage. So looking at all the materials that go into the build of the car, which normally get forgotten about really. And obviously the car is built locally, it's built in the countryside, and we wanted to use local materials as well to actually put into the manufacture, which actually absorbs CO2 as well.
So, as well as in motor cars, what else can hemp be used for? Well, this shirt and these trousers are pure hemp. Even these boots are partly made of hemp.
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world.
And one of the things that I'm holding here in my hand is a very unique piece of hemp shingle roofing. It's kind of like shake shingle. It's about 40% hemp, has polymers in it. Seems very durable. You can see it pliable. It's got a thin edge, thick on the side, roughly about 18 inches to 2 foot long. This roofing here is going to be put on the hemp house in Pine Ridge, South Dakota, at the Indian Reservation. I think one of the most unique things that we have here in the museum is piece of material here. It's an armrest for Chevrolet Lumina. It's a 30% hemp fiber with a 70% polypropylene. It's melted in and pressed, and it's pressed from a substance of this right here, a little mat. This mat is spread out and it's pressed into it. This product right here is ground up hemp herds, which comes from the center part of the hemp stalk. This flour was used in the late 1930s, to make cellophane plastic, which at some 60 years later, there's some people, it's entrepreneurial, that are making plastics from this product and are very good at it, such as the Frisbee we have here. This Frisbee is about 40% hemp cellulose plastic, other is polymers.
To America, hemp sales, the high seas, $1 billion cash crop, can't stop, won't stop, flip the greenhouse effect, the atmosphere is hot. I got my hat, shirt, pants, all made from hemp, even the shoes on my feet stand eco-fresh. Raw food be the movement, I eat the seeds, great source of protein and omega-3s, it's the most nutritious, plus so delicious, put it in my body, mixture in my green smoothie, we was given every seed, bearing planet Earth, Genesis 1, 2, 9, check the verse.
Grow a true field of dreams, tall and green, this one crop can be used for everything. Hemp milk, have a sip, taste buds, feel the bliss. Get a hemp notepad, take notes on this. Regenerate the earth, create new work. Build your karma points and your net worth. Freely I support hemp, listen for the quote. Keep it cool like Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap.
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world.
Hemp plastic. Hemp plastic is a composite material made of hemp fiber, which can be used to replace oil-based raw materials. Hemp plastic was designed in Europe over a period of 15 years, and is now primarily produced in China. However, hemp plastic was invented much earlier, since even Henry Ford designed and then produced a hemp plastic car in 1940. The hemp plastic material was said to be 10 times stronger than steel. Hemp is a soft, durable fiber that made from plants of the cannabis genus. The world-leading producer of hemp is China, with smaller production in Europe, Chile and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. While more hemp is exported to the United States than to any other countries. Properties. Hemp plastic is known to compete with most engineering compounds in certain properties, such as stiffness and high heat tolerance. It is also biodegradable and recyclable. Unlike other plastics, it is also flame retardant for specific grains. Hemp plastic can substitute for some products, including types of hemp plastic. Injection molded plastic is the most commonly used material from hemp. It is produced in VL94, FRVO and V2 grades, and can provide an ecological solution for most applications that require a material of good strength and high performance. Most often blended with biodegradable PLA, PP, up to 80% and PHB. Common uses of injection molded hemp plastic are cosmetic containers, bottle caps, toys, audio-video, car parts and much more in the E&E industry. Hemp can also be used for biodegradable and ecological packaging materials for food wrapping, plastic bags, water bottles, etc. Most films and packaging are made using extrusion. It cannot be currently used to produce transparent materials, such as cling film. As the name suggests, this plastic is made from 100% hemp.
So I'm Joseph Johnson from ABC Organics. I'm the formulator of our microbial products. And I mainly study bacteria and fungus and their effect on the soil life and health of the planet in general and people. However, one of the things I ran into, one of my friends that grows medical cannabis took a bunch of trimmings from his plant and he left them in a bag. And left it to ferment, and it broke down and dissolved the bag. And we were wondering why that happened, so we started looking into it, and we found there's actually a tremendous amount of bacteria and fungus that can break down plastics in the environment. So once we discovered this, I started looking into how to culture them and grow them, and strangely enough, the amino acid and nutrient content of hemp is actually ideal media and nutrient source for culturing many of the different beneficial bacteria that break down plastic. So in a strange way, like hemp, which was made illegal because of plastic, could be the solution for getting all of the or cleaning up the plastic that we have in our environment.
And the reason it remains illegal is simple. It's just one giant push to preserve the profits of corporations that poison our planet, destroy our forests, and bankrupt the world. But this all could change if recent efforts in Kentucky are any indication, and if moves by a few key members in the U.S. Senate succeed, hemp could soon be removed from the government's list of Schedule I controlled substances. The hemp industry could very well be revived back to being America's #1 cash crop. And that's one step closer to succeeding against a model of profit, greed, and control that sadly defines this country today.